Matinee games. Due to matinee games, I'm doing the preview tonight for the November 11th Remembrance Day games. Um, there will be a lot of Remembrance Day jerseys. I've seen some. They showed one tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. I like that idea. I don't mind the idea of having one. I have a Hockey Fights Cancer jersey. I have a St. Patrick's Day jersey. If I can run across one of those Remembrance Day jerseys, I would definitely pick one of those up. So, just throwing that out there because, I think that it's an important day. I know it's more important in Canada than the States. The States has, of course, two veterans type holidays. Anyways, I digress. Let us get to the games we'll be seeing tomorrow. Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights, who are 7-9-1. They're in against the 9-5-2 Boston Bruins. If you direct your attention up here, that's right, to get all 7 games on the board, I went with a bit of a different setup so that they would all fit and that it would be legible. The scorers for Vegas, Marchessault leads the way with 8 goals, 7 assists. Carlson, 4 goals, 10 assists. Tuck, 4 goals and 4 assists. Eakin, 4 goals, 3 assists. Smith with 3 goals, 4 assists. Howla, 2 goals, 5 assists. Theodore, 2 goals, 5 assists. And Reeves with 4 goals and 1 assist. Goaltending, Fleury, 2.69 goals against, 894 save percentage. It's got to be better. Subban, 2.83 goals against, 881 save percentage. I'm calling it. Subban's going to start tomorrow because they're in against Boston, and it's a back-to-back. On the Boston side of things, Bergeron, 9 goals and 15 assists for him. Pasternak, league-leading 15 goals, 6 assists to go with that for 21 points. Marchand, 5 goals, 14 assists. Krejci, 2 goals, 12 assists. Grzelcyk, 1 goal, 7 assists. DeBrusk, 5 goals, 2 assists. McAvoy, 1 goal, 5 assists. And Torrey Krug is now on the board with 5 assists in 5 games since he came back from injury. But again, very, very top-heavy scoring for the Boston Bruins. Halak, 1.86 goals against, 941 save percentage. Tuukka Rask, of course, is off for personal reasons. I expect Halak to start again tomorrow. Rask has a 3.05 goals against, 901 save percentage. If you look at special teams, Vegas is up to 20th on the power play, which doesn't look great, but they were really low before that. Their penalty kill is still rated 5th. Boston's power play is ranked 3rd. Penalty kills rated 20th. Vegas is 4-5-1 in their last 10. Boston's 5-3-2 in their last 10. And this should be an interesting matchup because it's the only one you have in Boston all year for them against Vegas. Vegas should be desperate after losing what looked like a certain 2 points against the Montreal Canadiens. And for Boston, they're coming off of course, that amazing 5-1 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Will they have a letdown with Vegas in town? It is quite possible. I've seen that happen with them before. Next up, Ottawa. The Senators are in Florida, so after Tampa, they get to move on to Florida. Florida Panthers are no slouch on the ice right now. The Ottawa Senators are 7-7-3. Florida's 5-5-3, so Florida has 4 games in hand on the Ottawa Senators. As I said, Florida's schedule is going to get tougher from here because they have to make up all those games in hand they have on everybody else. Scoring-wise, Shabbat leads the way for the Senators with 5 goals, 17 assists, followed by Mark Stone, 7 goals and 13 assists for him. Matt Duchene, 6 goals, 13 assists. Chris Tierney, 2 goals, 13 assists. Ryan Dzingel, 8 goals and 5 assists. Excellent start for Dzingel that we're not really talking about. Ryan is having a good season, 5 goals, 7 assists. White, 6 goals, 5 assists. And Bodker, 2 goals and 7 assists. And who knew that the fix for the Senators might very well be trading Erik Karlsson, because it seems like everybody's playing really well for them right now. Who knew? Goaltending, McKenna, 7.11 goals against, 838 save percentage. I'm going to be curious to see if he gets a start tomorrow, because Anderson's got to be tired, and you've got to give somebody a start at some point, right? That's not Anderson. Condon, 6.38 goals against, 800 save percentage. He's still in the minors. There's Anderson with a 3.7 goals against, a 905 save percentage. He's faced a lot of shots. Ton. And he's come out of it with a decent record considering the defense in front of him and the fact that they're playing a very 80s style of game. A lot of goals allowed, footloose and fancy free. There's no pressure on Ottawa, and it shows. On the Florida side of things, Dadonov leads the scorers with 7 goals, 8 assists. Yandel has 3 goals and 11 assists. He's off to an excellent start. Hoffman, 7 goals and 5 assists. Huberdeau, 3 goals, 9 assists. Barkov, 3 goals, 8 assists. Trocheck, 3 goals and 8 assists. Bugstad, 3 goals, 5 assists. And Jared McCann is on the board with 1 goal and 4 assists to his name. And McCann is one of those guys I've been waiting to see some more production from a little bit. And maybe that's finally here. But with 5 points in 13 games, it's not great production, but it's better than what it's been. And he's on his way up. In net, Reimer, 3.36 goals against, 885 save percentage. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the start here because Luongo started tonight. 1.542 goals against, 952 save percentage for him. Hutchinson, 4.17 goals against, 839 save percentage. He's in the American League currently. And we'll see what happens tomorrow because, again, if it's Luongo and Anderson, both goalies are getting worked pretty good. If it's Reimer and McKenna, we might have one heck of a scoring game. We could see Chabot get some points. And it was pointed out, too, that Ottawa got 6 goals tonight. Chabot had 0 points on those 6 goals. So Ottawa does not rely on one player. There's a number of guys that are scoring right now. There's a number of guys playing well. And you have to give credit to Guy Boucher for the fact that the scoring is there. And what else happens from here? I don't know. In their last 10, 3-5-2 record for Ottawa, 5-3-2 record for Florida. Ottawa's power plays at 5. Their penalty kill is 31st overall in the NHL. No surprise to anybody. The number 5 power play is a surprise. Florida's penalty or power play is 14th. Their penalty kill is 27th. So your guess is as good as mine with that one. But Ottawa, I wouldn't rule them out. New Jersey's in against Winnipeg, and this to me feels like New Jersey should win this one. And I say that because you look at the records. New Jersey's 6-7-1. Winnipeg is 9-5-1. And the Devils have to start winning some games here. The pressure has to be on, and we should see some more desperation from New Jersey. Palmieri leads them in scoring with 10 goals, 7 assists. Taylor Hall's next with 3 goals, 12 assists. Hischier, 3 goals, 9 assists. Zajac, 6 goals and 5 assists. Damon Severson, 2 goals, 6 assists. Boyle, 6 goals, 1 assist. Butcher, 1 goal, 6 assists. And Vatanen with a goal and 6 assists to round out the scoring. In net, it's been a little difficult for New Jersey. Kincaid, 2.86 goals against, 909 save percentage. I'd expect Schneider to be in here, 4.72 goals against, 862 save percentage, to try to get him going. On the Winnipeg side, Blake Wheeler, what a great season he's having already. 3 goals, 18 assists for him, 21 points. Scheifele, 7 goals, 9 assists. Connor, 7 goals, 5 assists. Bufflin, 2 goals, 10 assists. Laine, that's wrong. That should be 8 goals and 2 assists, not 2 goals and 8 assists. So I got those numbers backwards. Morrissey, 1 goal, 7 assists. Trouba, 1 goal, 6 assists. And Nick Ehlers with 3 goals and 3 assists rounds out the top 8. Goaltending, Brossois, 1.67 goals against, 957 save percentage. I expect Hellebuck in there because they're playing him a lot. 2.93 goals against, 909 save percentage for him. And this is a key game for the Jets because they had a big game, big win over Colorado. Now they have a team coming in that's kind of reeling on the ropes. And when a team is on the ropes, you kind of want to be the team that helps that along. Oh, you guys are having a rough go? Sorry, we've got to score a bunch. So I would watch for Winnipeg early in this one. See if they come out and get that initial push. Maybe get an early goal, especially if Schneider's in net. His confidence is shaky. And for the Devils, they haven't looked the same recently. We are up to a 14-game season so far for the Devils. Hall's had 3 goals in those 14 games. I think they want a little more from Hall, and it's funny because he's got 15 points. But I think he can score more goals. And usually when I say that, that's usually what ends up happening. Look, I talked about Tyler Seguin not scoring goals, and suddenly he started scoring. So if you're a Devils fan, I may have just helped you guys out. Next up, Colorado's in against the Oilers. This is the matchup between two teams that have been struggling the last week. The Colorado Avalanche 7-6-3. The Edmonton Oilers 8-7-1. And if you look at it, the numbers for New Jersey power play is number 7, penalty kill number 7. They're 2-7-1 over their last 10. The power play for Winnipeg's number 1. Their penalty kill's number 17, and they're 6-3-1 in their last 10. So I got to throw that in there. Now back to the scoring for the Colorado Avalanche, who are 7-6-3. Rantanen leads the way with 5 goals, 19 assists for 24 points. Followed by McKinnon, 11 goals, 11 assists for 22 points. Landeskog, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points. And when that line isn't going, they generally don't win. And that's the problem. And believe me, as a Bruins fan, I know how that works. Tyson Barrie, 12 assists. Kerfoot, 2 goals, 9 assists. Soderberg, 5 goals, 4 assists. Wilson, 4 goals, 3 assists. And Johnson rounds out the top 8 with 1 goal, 6 assists. Goaltenders, Grubauer, 3.56 goals against, 893 save percentage. I would expect Varlamov tomorrow, 2.38 goals against, and a 927 save percentage, but we'll see. Grubauer has been better than his numbers look, and maybe you throw him in against Edmonton. On the Edmonton side of things, McDavid, 10 goals, 13 assists to lead the way, of course. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 30 goals, 14 assists. Draisaitl, 10 goals, 7 assists for 17 points. Clefbaum, 8 assists. Reeder, 7 assists. Chason, 6 goals. Kajula, 5 goals. And Darnell Nurse, 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points for him. And worthy of note, Adam Larson, 5 assists, almost in the top 8 scorers. Talbot, 2.94 goals against, 899 save percentage, as we talk about Edmonton goaltending. And Koskinen, 2.77 goals against, 914 save percentage. Personally, I would start playing Koskinen. I would. Talbot, the numbers just aren't there. I've been waiting for that bounce back, and they're on a bit of a losing streak. I would throw in Koskinen here. Power plays, Colorado's at number 8 overall in the power play in the NHL. Their penalty kill is number 7. For the Oilers, their power play is number 13. Their penalty kill is number 25. Colorado's 4-5-1 in their last 10. Edmonton is 5-4-1 in their last 10. So both teams looking to improve their standing and looking to take it out on one another. They've played each other many, many times over. Used to be in the same division. Maybe we'll see a bit of an emotional meeting tomorrow between the two. Definitely know we need that from both teams. Watch for Lucic and perhaps Kassian to provide that for the Oilers. And of course, the Oilers made news today in sending down Yamamoto and Puljujarvi. But if you're not going to play them, you might as well send them down so they can get some minutes. There's no point in holding them on the roster and playing them 10 to 12 minutes a night. So we can debate whether or not Todd McClellan's properly deploying his rookies at a later date. But for now, they're both in the minor. Well, Puljujarvi's not a rookie anymore, but you guys know what I mean. Young gun. So let's move on to the next game, which is Minnesota in against St. Louis. There's an interesting thing going on here. So Minnesota is playing excellent hockey. They're 10-4-2 overall. St. Louis is 6-5-3 overall. St. Louis is starting getting better. Are they getting cocky? That's an interesting question, right? Is Ryan O'Reilly starting to get cocky? Are we starting to see some swagger for the St. Louis Blues? And is this a good thing or a bad thing? Scoring-wise, on the Minnesota side, Granlund, 9 goals and 8 assists leads the way, followed by Parise at 6 goals, 9 assists. Suter, 3 goals and 10 assists. Stahl, 5 goals, 7 assists. Zucker also has 5 goals and 7 assists. Koivu, 2 goals, 9 assists for him. Spurgeon, 3 goals and 7 assists. And Matt Dumba, 5 goals and 3 assists. Rounds out the top 8. Goaltenders, Stalock, 2.73 goals against, 905 save percentage. I would expect Dubnyk tomorrow. 2.15 goals against, 932 save percentage. On the St. Louis side, Ryan O'Reilly might be playing the best hockey of his career. 8 goals, 12 assists. He's got 20 points so far in 14 games. So I know there's people who don't like Ryan O'Reilly, but you know what? He's playing really, really well right now. And he had a hat trick a couple games ago. He's been playing excellent hockey. First ever career hat trick. We'll see if he can continue that. Tarasenko, 6 goals and 8 assists for him. Perron, 5 goals, 6 assists. Steen, 5 goals and 5 assists. Bozak started putting up the points. 3 goals, 7 assists for him. Shen, 3 goals, 6 assists. Dunn, 3 goals and 4 assists. And Zach Sanford still in the top 8 with 3 goals and 4 assists as well. Goaltenders, it is a tale of 2 goalies. Allen, 3.99 goals against, 879 save percentage. Johnson, 1.83 goals against, 941 save percentage. That's what a couple of excellent starts will do for you, and a shutout definitely helps as well. St. Louis is in a position now where they need to win, so Johnson, I would expect to get the lion's share of starts until Allen gets some confidence back, or whatever happens with Allen. And I'm looking at Calgary with this, because there has to be a change in both cities with their goaltending, and maybe they find a mutual trading partner with each other. Just throwing that out there. Just no sources on that. Power plays, Minnesota's got a power play at 16th overall. Their penalty kill is 4th in the league. On the St. Louis side, their power play is 4th overall. Their penalty kill is 12th. So they're kind of inverse of one another. Over their last 10, Minnesota's 8-2. They've been fantastic. And St. Louis 5-4-1. So as bad as it looks for St. Louis, and as much as we want to pile on and say, well, St. Louis is in the tank, They've looked pretty good the last couple of weeks. They are above 500 over their last 10 games. They're above 500 overall, and maybe they're starting to come out of that, the goaltending problem they've been having. That's a big part of it. It's like in Florida. Once the goaltending gets better, suddenly the team's good. Suddenly we're not talking about how the team sucks and they're crap. We're talking about, they're playing pretty well because their goaltending got better. Sometimes it's just that simple. That being said, let us move on to the next. Next up, Arizona. So the Coyotes in against the Washington Capitals. And for Arizona, this is kind of a big game. They've had a rough road trip. They had a rough start tonight against Pittsburgh. Now they get to go in against the Capitals. And for the Capitals, this is kind of a big game too. Power rankings tonight, I showed them as moving up. They can reward my faith in them, or they can punish it with this start tomorrow. And the Oilers punished my faith in them badly this past week. Anyways, Arizona, Clayton Keller leads them in scoring with 5 goals and 6 assists. Of course, Arizona's 7-7-1. The Capitals are 7-5-3. So while the Capitals may look like they're ahead of Arizona, are not really playing that much better. Keller, followed by Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 2 goals and 8 assists. Grabner, 4 goals, 5 assists. Hinostroza, 3 goals, 4 assists. This is going to look a lot like the scorers this morning because nobody scored. Stepan, 3 goals, 4 assists. Richardson, 5 goals, 2 assists. Goligoski, 1 goal, 6 assists. And Galchenyuk still with 2 goals and 4 assists for the Arizona Coyotes. Now in 8 games. Ronta, 2.10 goals against, 928 save percentage. I have not heard that he's back to play yet. So Kemper likely starts again. He's got a 2.84 goals against, 909 save percentage. It's not his fault that they didn't win that game tonight, however, since he can't score goals. They got shut out. On the Washington side of things, Kuznetsov leads their scorers with 6 goals, 14 assists. Backstrom, 3 goals, 15 assists. Ovechkin, 12 goals and 6 assists. Carlson, 5 goals, 13 assists. Oshie with 8 goals and 5 assists. Connolly, 2 goals, 7 assists. Niskanen, 3 goals and 5 assists. Eller is tied at that 3 goals and 5 assists mark. In net, Copley, 3.14 goals against, 898 save percentage. Braden Holtby, 3.26 goals against, and a 903 save percentage, so he's above 900. He started to play like Braden Holtby. That's good news. And Arizona, maybe he can add to their misery tomorrow. We'll find out certainly pretty soon. If you look at special teams, Arizona's power play is 24th. Their penalty kill is much talked about. It's number 1 in the NHL. They didn't get a shorthanded goal tonight because they got shut out. Washington's power play is number 2. So this is the immovable force and the irresistible object, or the irresistible force and the immovable object. Whatever way you want to look at it. Sure, the immovable force and the irresistible object. Because, irresistible objects are a thing. Jennifer Lawrence. Number 28, penalty kill for the Washington Capitals. You look at the record over the last 10 games. Arizona's 6-3-1. Washington is 5-3-2. Arizona, of course, this road trip has dropped their record a bit, but they had that 5-game winning streak. They need to refine that somehow, and on the road it's been more elusive than it was at home. And early in the season they couldn't score at home, and they were really good on the road. I don't know. For Washington, of course, this is a game they really can't afford to lose because teams in their division have started getting better, and eventually the Metro's going to get better, and they really want to be one of the teams at the top, not one of the teams towards the bottom. So tomorrow night, they're going to get a chance to show which side of the ledger they're on. And last but not least, the Flames coming off tonight's 1-0 shutout over the LA Kings. They go in against the struggling San Jose Sharks. The Flames 10-6-1. The San Jose Sharks 8-6-3. It has been a long, hard fight for San Jose, and it continues to be a hard fight for San Jose. And I can't stress enough how I think they miss Tierney. I think they miss DeMello, and I think they miss Bodker. Got to throw that out there. I think they miss those 3 guys. Scoring. The Calgary Flames, coming out of tonight, Tkachuk is still their leading scorer, 7 goals and 12 assists. Gaudreau, 6 goals, 13 assists. Lindholm, 9 goals, 9 assists. Monahan, 8 goals and 10 assists. Giordano, 2 goals, 14 assists for 16 points for Giordano. Backlund, 3 goals, 7 assists for Olik. 7 goals for him. And Noah Hannafin is now in the top 8 with 5 assists. So another Carolina player gets into the top 8 for the Calgary Flames. Riddick now has a 1.91 goals against, 935 save percentage. He will be backing up Smith, who will have a very short leash, is my guess. 3.66 goals against, 872 save percentage. We want to see Smith do well. However, if he allows, say, 2 goals on his first 5 shots, he's likely going to get pulled. San Jose, their leading scorer is Brent Burns, 3 goals, 17 assists. Meyer, 12 goals, 5 assists. Couture with 6 goals, 11 assists. Tomas Hertl, 5 goals, 9 assists. LeBanc, 2 goals, 9 assists. Kane has 5 goals and 6 assists. Donskoy, 3 goals, 5 assists. And Pavelski with 7 goals, meaning Carlson is still not in the top 8. If you look at goaltending, Aaron Dell threw 2.96 goals against, 905 save percentage. And there's Jones with a 2.84 goals against, 893 save percentage. Their save percentage is below the league average, and that's not helping them either. The San Jose Sharks just seem to be in kind of a malaise. The only guys who are avoiding it are Burns, Meyer, Couture, and Hertl. For me, those are the 4 guys who've stayed out of it. The rest of them have had some dry stretches. Even Kane, who had a decent start to the year, and now he's showing signs of waking up, but we'll see. If you look at special teams, Calgary's number 21 on the power play, number 25 on the penalty kill. Tonight in LA, that penalty kill looked okay in whatever action it got. San Jose, number 17 on the power play, number 2 on the penalty kill. So California, last year it was Anaheim and LA that, I believe it was Anaheim and LA that had the best penalty kill, and now San Jose has one of the best penalty kills behind Arizona of all teams. And yet both of them look like they could miss the playoffs, so maybe special teams. Anyways, I'm going to keep reporting on them because I like it. Calgary 6-3-1 in their last 10, and San Jose's 5-3-2 in their last 10. So San Jose really needs to do this tomorrow night. They need to get this win. They need to put this behind them. They need to show that they're up there with the Flames, and oddly, strangely, weirdly, the Canucks. I don't know what to add to that. I want to have magic words to add to that. I don't have any. If the Flames and the Canucks manage to be the top teams in that division this year, I think next year when I do predictions, I'm just going to pick random names out of a hat because nobody saw that coming. Anyways, there you go. Your games for tomorrow, there's 7 on tap. They'll start early, which is why I stayed up late tonight to do the preview. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just tapping upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. And thanks for helping this channel get to 66,000 subscribers. I owe it to you guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again soon.